published. This has been recently published online and not Dear Magazine. And I was thinking, okay, I have some soulful writing about nature, but I decided I do read something spooky about nature, and at least part of nature that where sometimes we feel protected. It's called Petunia. My name is Petunia, and I sit in a pecan tree. It spreads in the back of the yard, kissing the chain link fence. The neighbor boy on the other side, his father built a swing set with a yellow plastic slide and rings hanging from the top, where he does all kinds of flips and twists and turns. My father says those things break. They sour and rust and must be dismantled to save us from tetanus. So why bother building one? Besides, I can hide up here in my tree. I told my mother I'd shell some nuts so she can bake her pie. She is making the crust by hand, so I nestle inside my secret spot. 2 branches. The bottom one just broad enough to hold my weight for now. I fear the morning I climb up to sit and hear it start to crack. I hope I hear it anyway. The wax in my ears is thick and I won't sit still long enough for mother to clean them out after my bath. Another branch a foot behind makes the perfect back to the seat as I place the yellow Tupperware on my lap and crack the shells. I use my fingernails to scoop out the halves of 1,000 pecan brains. When I'm finished, the bowl will be full, and I'll have to be careful not to spill as I scramble down one-handed. Mother will clip my nails, filthy black and green on the undersides down to the nubs. I'll have to wait for them to grow to shell again. I say my day spent high in the leaves is for the pie, all fresh and warm, molasses sticky and sweet, but it's truthfully an add-on to my prayers for the neighbor boy whose playground I thought I wanted, prayers for him and me. I was over there last week on the other side of the fence, and he was teaching me the cherry drop. At the end of the contraption, there's a monkey bar his father fixed in the earth, just high enough to hang on by the knees and swing. When the neighbor boy gets going fast enough, he reaches the peak of his arc, says he can see the red of his back door, and then he lets go and his feet hit the ground. But I was scared. I swung and swung and swung, saw the door, but I couldn't release. That is until the man we'd seen around unlatched the fence and walked inside the yard, stood a few feet from me, and watched for a while. The neighbor boy watched him from the top of the slide, having stopped his tease, the chant of scaredy cat, Petunia's not a pig who kisses Porky, but a scaredy cat. He and the man watched me silent for a while. Then the stranger, about my father's age, but smaller, broader somehow, with less hair, crooked bottom teeth, jacket of suede that was nice enough, no stains, but still strange for him to be wearing in May. He finally spoke. You have the height, he said. Here, let me spot you. I stopped and stared at him. I was upside down, so the ground and his shoes were in the air. His sneakers were white and clean. Just start swinging again. I did as he commanded, faster and faster and faster, until I saw the red of the neighbor boy's back door, and the man had stepped beside me, put one hand on either side of my middle. I saw the door, he held me up, and I let go. My feet hit the ground, and as I straightened my buckled knees, the neighbor boy began to clap. I turned around to thank the man, but he had already walked back through the gate, latched it again, and begun to shuffle to the sidewalk in front of my neighbor's house on Gosson Street. I can hide up here. This is a place I've never shared with anyone, not even the neighbor boy who's my very best friend. My father mentioned at breakfast that they found a bag of bones and blood, the carcass of a cat. A neighborhood stray, he hadn't seen around in a while, was tossed on a pile of bicycle tires behind my school. So strange, my mother said, like somebody did it on purpose. Maybe so, father replied, turning his attention back to the mug of coffee, steaming between them. Now I hide high in the leaves of a pecan tree, because I haven't seen the neighbor boy in a couple of days. He could have the flu. We go to different schools, mainly play outside only when the weather's warm. But the weather's warm today. While I shell them for mother's pie, listening in case my seat, this branch begins to crack. My friend, he should be on the other side of the chain link fence, doing all kinds of flips and twists and turns, or cherry drops from the rotting metal pounded soundly into the ground. That's the other thing I remember now. How the man paid the swing set a compliment as he helped me fly. It's so sturdy, he said. you'd need a shovel to dig it up. Thank you.